between when you just thrown into somebody's life. And God has put Rodger in my life, and we have been talk about everything, and really the similarities and not the difference. I could really say that I could talk to Rodger about anything. This is my first time at a convention because of Rodger, and I really love Rodger so much because he cares for the newcomers. That's right. So I like to present to some, because if I keep going, he's going to be going like this. So and I like to present to some and introduce the others. Rodger C from Philly.
Right.
I'm an addict called Rodger.
Hey, Rodger.
And it's on through God's grace in the program of Narcotics Anonymous. That somebody could say something nice like that, you know, about this guy, man. And, you know, I just want to come over and make a meeting and hang out at the convention, and the committee person walked up to me as we was walking in. First of all, I was fumbling on the pay. I hope my car is still out there when I go. Because I was like with this, you know, oh my God. I was like trying to get the screenshot thing with the what you call her, and like, what shit. Then I ran into the committee person talking about, well, but then we were talking about a friend of ours, my dear friend Harold J. Jackson. I miss him so much. And then he said, well, Rodger, can you do the 11:15 spiritual awakening, carrying the message? And, you know, I'm like, man, I thought I'd be back home sleeping by now. But it looked like the Harold J. in me said yes. And so I had to go get centered in the previous meeting, and it's such a gift to be alive today.
Come on, Rodger.
I'm in Philadelphia, the Schuylkill Valley area. Our diversity is our strength. Monday, 1:30 to 3 is my home group. And it's like a closed literature study speaker meeting. And addicts just got to show up. As I'm aging, I need the intimacy in the meeting, the atmosphere. My mental illness is challenging, aging and recovery is challenging, and I just can't do a whole lot of stuff, you know. We just celebrated 37 years on February 7th, and that's just the evidence of the extraordinary life that happens when we get some acceptance and be honest about who we are. You know, as members of Narcotics Anonymous, and it just blows me away that I'm alive. And on August 14th, I'm gonna be 70 years old.
All right now.
37 years clean. Thriving with HIV.
Come on, baby. Love you.
Prostate cancer survivor. April 19th. And it took about 11 months for Chocolate Thunder to come back. It was a noodle for like 11 months. Now, I'm a black man, and when that thing, I thought it wasn't going to come back no more, I was devastated. I'm like, you know, Daddy just threw it out there, so that means I got to go and be me. You know what? Watch the time now, because I want to hear Kevin. But listen, that thing was devastating. You know, when you watching stuff for like years, and you got a history. My father had prostate cancer, my uncle, my brother, and then they got me under surveillance. And you know, we're not under surveillance and not my number. But when they had me under surveillance for years, I got to go take these PSAs every so often, and then it's up too high. Then they went up in there. Well, first of all, it was like COVID and the audio video doctor, and he was greasy on the video. And I was like, you know, we're not a good match. Because I don't do, living with HIV, I've learned how to participate in my care. I learned how to speak up for myself. I'm real courageous in my membership in Narcotics Anonymous. And what happens is, don't do greasy, arrogant, condescending practitioners. And he only got their video being greasy. and something hit me in my gut like, no, what you gonna do? He talking about your Chocolate Thunder now. He talking about some serious stuff here. And I jumped out there. I said, Dr. Reese, we are not a good match. And I don't think it's gonna work for us. And I'm ending the conversation. I'm ending this AV thing, this audio video meeting. And he says, and I hung up my phone because y'all taught me how to stand up for myself.
Yeah, right.
And he had the audacity to call me back. Mr. Cobb, we got disconnected. Oh, no. We didn't get disconnected. I see you're not listening to me. I told you we're not a good match. And now you're forcing me to call Blue Cross Blue Shield, so you want charge them for an hour when it was 9 minutes.
Right.
And I have, being a member of Narcotics Anonymous, we are some resourceful people.
Yes.
If you don't know how to advocate for yourself and use the network of people in our membership, we are members of a worldwide international fellowship. I called a friend in New York, a retired nurse practitioner, and I'm like, man, I'm so devastated. He said, Roger, don't even worry about it. I read some stuff about this lady. She's in the top of her class, a feisty Italian, and she's in Philadelphia at this institution. And you need to get there with her. And I think she'll be good for you. And I'm a retired case manager, and I don't do a lot, but when I need something, I know how to pick up the phone. I'm not a needy person, but I need you, case manager, to get me into this place with this doctor. And she did just like I instructed her.
Right.
And I prayed, got there to the woman's office, top surgeon, female, feisty Italian. And she said, well, Mr. Cobb, how did you get here? I'm not even taking patients. And who are you? I said, well, God sent me here, and I'm going to be one of your patients, and you're going to work with me. She said, I like you. I said, good. Then she worked up the stuff, Steve, and we was well on our way and got this stuff together. And, I was so grateful that we had an opportunity to participate and do this stuff. And what happened along the way was like miraculous things started happening. She went up in there April 19th. We had the procedure, and she was like, gave me some specific instruction. You're not going to be in here all, 2 or 3 days. It's just going to be like overnight. And once you get up and walk, we're going to send you home. Because going into those healthcare institutions, they have sepsis and MRSA and all that stuff. And I really appreciate practitioners that, care about my life.
Yeah.
And she was like, they was ready to discharge me the next day. I said, whoa, no. You the assistant, you check in with her, because she said I got to walk with the catheter and stuff, and da-da-da-da, long story short. And they made me walk that Saturday. By 3 o'clock that Sunday, the surgery was on Friday. By Sunday, 3 o'clock, I was home with that catheter. And if you've ever seen them pull one of them things that you don't need to see it.
Oh, shit. Damn.
And they told me that. I did not realize. And the lady was all talking to me all we talking about Key West and the key lime pie from the bakery. She had me all soothing and stuff. They saying, no, she done snatched that pie. And I was like, oh my God. But she never let me see it.
Yeah.
But it was so quick, Kevin.
Yeah. She was good.
And yeah, she was good like that. And then, but I said, but you know what? I'm a busybody. You got to show me. But that thing was so uncomfortable. After being in here for like a week, oh my God. I said, she showed me that thing. I said, oh my God. So I'm saying all of this to like all these but God experiences, and everything is good. The prostate is gone, but the devastation was when that thing was a noodle for 11 months. And I'm devastated. I don't know about you, but my fans need that thing right. You could be acting like you don't want it to be right all the time, but my fans need that thing right. So what happened was, it was a noodle, and I'm not creative with some of them Danny, I'm gonna leave Danny alone. And Danny's self-respect, and I was like, I was really devastated, but I kept praying, and then talking about kegels and exercises. Well, that thing was still a noodle for 11 months. And I'm just talking about the rude awakenings and the life experiences that we have on this journey. We don't use people. And I'm saying that for people who feel like me horny and corny. Stay in Narcotics Anonymous, because this is the evidence 37 years later, radiant health, a life worth living. Come on. I started this daddy about 10 months. He reminded me, we started with cassettes.
Yeah, man, that's right. I remember. Is that right?
Dutch, with cassettes.
That's right.
And we would go to Broad Street, and he would dub them, and we exchange, and one person, because we have a whole lot of money, one person would buy a set, and then he'll make copies of sets for everybody. Oh, I'm so glad, so grateful for the awakenings of this gift called life. The greatest gift is learning how to stay clean. Do not ever minimize what we do here. I'm talking about having an opportunity to be of service and carry this message that an addict, any addict, can stop using.
Yes.
Lose the desire to use and find a new way to live. This is the new way to live.
Hello.
God damn it, we all main speakers, Danny.
Yeah, right there.
Ain't nothing like my own experience at home. And this is the evidence. I had no idea I'd be up here right now for this moment. But earlier today, one of our predecessors asked me to do the Lions Den. Yes. Do the Lions Den today at 3 o'clock. That's a meeting in Philadelphia. One of the meetings I was raised on in 1989. He celebrated, Broad Street James celebrated 42 years, and I was excited. I learned how to dress up for recovery. I was like, I took a bath today, put on my good smelling stuff, and showed up at the meeting. And there was a newcomer there.
Damn.
Celebrating her 2nd year anniversary. And I'm like, okay, 259, Kevin. See, we got to stay away from them ego-inflating experiences.
Come on.
Because this thing up here could be dangerous. I've been out here a long time. But humble myself is a great posture to be in. So at 259, I don't see Broad Street. So the meeting must go on. Home group member stepped up. The other girl said she was the speaker. It was her 2nd year anniversary. And I said, well, shit, I'm the speaker. Damn, I went Danny on. I'm the speaker too. I just celebrated my 37th year. God damn it, we all got some valuable to share. That's March 19th, and it's just for today. I'm still excited about recovery. I'm still excited about being a servant. Still excited about carrying our message for that person that's out there right now on fentanyl. We gotta be an attraction.
That's right.
Come on, Rob. So, when she said 2 years, and I said, baby, go for it. Because I remember a spiritual awakening with me coming up on 2 years. I told you February 7, 1989 is my first day clean. So me coming up on 2 years on January 29th of 91, my partner, you may not know this part. I ain't been a whore all my life. I had a partner for 7 years. I mean, 'cause really, I had a partner for 7 years. He transitioned. I was devastated. And it's something about when you've been here, 23 months and mopping the floor, emptying the ashtrays, and just hugging people and holding people, listening to you, being available to walk with you. When I came in with a college degree, but there's something about that ego, the disease of denial, where I thought I wasn't that bad, and you ain't had no job, you couldn't keep a job, and they would go, they were busy. They would go to the diners. You ain't got no job, no money. Number 7 check day, welfare, $102.50, $87 in food stamps. But you want to, Rodger, come on, go to the diner after the West Oak Lane group. That's a Monday night group in Philly. Come on, go to the diner. Oh, Rodger, order what you want. Now, I can't let them know I ain't got no money. Embarrassed. I have a hot tea. Now I'm acting like I'm sophisticated. Kevin, I'm gonna get a hot tea. Jeff said, Rodger, listen. Order what the fuck you want. We hear your stomach growl. We can't even enjoy that cheeseburger deluxe with that thick piece of cheese on that yellow cheddar with the toasted bun, onions, fried onions and shit. We hear your stomach growling. We can't even enjoy. Boy, I'm telling you, something happens, man. Something happens with the awakenings that happen around here. You start feeling the love of the fellowship.
Rodger.
Come on, Rodger.
Them people, man, love me back to life. I am forever grateful for the greater Philadelphia region, loving me in my condition. Regardless of your age, your race, your sex, your sexual preference, welcome to Narcotics Anonymous. We all are equal here. When you hit the door, the anonymity protects us. We're equal. We're not so impressed with my 37 years, your 37 minutes. We're still equal right now. This magical moment right here. And that's what happened when they started walking with me. They were listening to me, talking about, coming from the shelter with a college degree, IRS, Philadelphia State Hospital, collecting unemployment in Camden, number 7 welfare check in Pennsylvania, and wouldn't have basic except a car fare to get back to my good government job because I like smoking. They listened to me. They heard me. They empathized with my pain. They wasn't impressed with no college degree. We just want to know what you want to do about your problem, how we can help you. Get your life together. 5 months, got a job. Learn how to, be responsible, be accountable, all that good stuff, man. I'm telling you, the awakenings happen when we admit complete defeat. When we say we're powerless over the disease of addiction, our lives are, man, we're talking about be honest about what we suffer from.
Right.
You talk about that hopeless dilemma where there was no way up and out for that. I told you all them checks that I would get, but it never was enough until I was introduced to the 12-step journey of Narcotics Anonymous. That's why we ain't impressed. The gift is being you. Be real with who you are. Tell the truth about who you are. What you feel and what you thinking. And what happened was when my partner had passed, the people had listened to me, for 23 months. And they showed up at the funeral from all walks of life, all over Philadelphia. The love of the fellowship showed up with crumbled up $20 bills in their hand. Rodger, put this in your pocket, go pay the rent, because you don't want to go back to the shelter with them men with them smelly feet. People listen to me, man. And that was a hope shot. Because the obsession, the compulsion was still riding me for about 18 months. That thing was telling me, I had them damn two people sitting up there telling their business. I told you I'm educated, so I think I know everything. They weren't impressed with that. But what started happening was my faith started increasing. The commitment, building a working relationship with this loving and caring God. Say whatever I was going through gave me the hope that I was going to be all right. I made the commitment in 3 that trust this loving and caring God. Make some meetings, get comfortable with looking at me. Be courageous. We done it. We done lived this stuff, so we might as well take the action and put it on paper and start whole life. It is a wonderful thing.
Come on.
When the outfits don't fit no more, I'm just learning how to take care of them now. Because money's tight. As I'm aging, Social Security, money tight. So I ain't got no time to be playing. I got to get me a couple wears out of it before it goes to the doctor.
That's right. That's
You know, aging in recovery. I used to throw my glasses down. No, I got to put my glasses down, right? I don't know. I may have to rearrange that thing. You know what I mean? And I can't be around people who pick up behind me, so I got to watch me, because you know what I mean? I'm just saying, because I like to have that stuff off of me, you know what I mean? Because it be like that, I be stripping myself of it, but I'm watching her, you know what I mean? Daddy, you watch it too, you know what I mean? I want to be able to pick it back up, you know what I mean? Because I know what I suffered from. I'm a recovering thief. Listen, we make mistakes right here in Narcotics Anonymous.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Being of service.
Yes, we do.
Identifying. I think about 4 years clean, I had to get some acceptance. I was a thief. Chairperson, H&I of the area. Planted $160 for the learning day. I'm on unemployment, Danny. You know, you're on unemployment. On Saturday, your check gonna come. But I didn't know the check wasn't gonna come.
Damn.
I done spent $160. Then I'm sponsoring a couple people. My sponsee was the literature chair. I was so embarrassed I done spent $160. The unemployment check didn't come. I'm humiliated. I'm gonna run the ball over to my best friend Birds and my sponsor Rick called me sponsor. Ain't no sense you hiding the fuck out there in Baltimore. They burning your name up. They burning your goddamn name up in the area. You know what I mean? Naeem talking trash. I'm like, man. God bless. God bless. Naeem dead now. But there were people that was here in position who held us accountable for what kind of man you want to be. What kind of sister you want to be. Do you want to be a bum going out the world backwards, or you want to be a member walking with integrity?
Right. Come on, baby.
You want to be the person living with character. That's the attraction for the newer member and the people showing them the right way to do stuff. I was sharing with Mika coming over, because it's like, you know, I had an expired Florida driver's license for years, clean.
Come on, bro.
With a college education. I couldn't pass that. I told you I couldn't pass that check. I mean, you know, they would put the test on the computer and jump up at you.
Yeah.
God damn it, I done fractured all my brain cells. You know, I done drove faking the funk with the expired Florida driver's license for years. And they on the computer jumping up at me, and then I'm getting nervous, testing anxiety. I couldn't pass. I took it 3 times, Pennsylvania driver's license.
Me too.
And it took one of my sponsee brothers. We talk about how fear paralyzes us.
Yes.
And you've got to find someone in NA who believe in you and walk with you through the fear. He was at State College, working on his degree. I went all the way to State College, Pennsylvania. And they had the manual thing with a Xerox copy. Where you could take your time. You could answer the multiple choice. And you got 10 out of 20 or whatever passing was. God damn it, I passed. I wrote him a bad check that day. Immediately, when I took my picture, goddamn, I made it back to the bank to put it in there so it wouldn't be an extra charge, because you know that shit is expensive now. But I'm saying, man, wonderful things happen when we surrender, when we admit complete defeat, when we make the commitment to change. Yeah, living this program corrects defects and gives us a spirit of forgiveness. We have to learn how to forgive ourselves, not be so hard on ourselves, but find those someone in there that walk with you, that you could share. You know, I'm be real honest with you. I really don't do well with self-righteous, judgmental, arrogant people.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't do it. And just because we hear Narcotics Anonymous, just because I have 37 years clean, that's my clean time. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm still learning how to respond appropriately at any given point. Your mental illness and my mental illness may not be a good match. Because I have a crazy side that ain't pretty.
Crazy.
So this program transforms lives. Extraordinary people on this journey, man, that walk with you through everything. 20 years clean, my mother died. My good girlfriend flew to Florida with me. My sponsees flew in and to just walk with me for that final glance with my mother. So we're going to experience death. We're going to experience a whole lot of stuff. But don't be so caught up with image and ego and lose your clean time.
That's right.
Let somebody know you're hurting.
Yeah.
Let somebody know what you feel and what you're thinking. Those are the awakenings that happen when we trust God in the desperate times, the despair, where we feel like ain't no way up and out of it. That's when we be all right. That's the growth, where we grow in the valley experience. I'm just telling you, man, wonderful things happen when I just live the program. So, who am I to give this service, not by just showing up and telling the truth? So what happens along the journey is like I still had to work. Then I called myself after retirement, but it just wasn't enough money. Then I have skills, so when you retire and then you go back, it was like you get bored after you done travel, you done shop, you get bored after you done spend all the money, then you want to do something different. So what happened along the way was Valentine's Day, I called myself going back to, it was like I needed a receipt for a water heater I bought for the house doing, what they call them things, that FEMA stuff with it. We had a whole lot of stuff going on. But I had to replace a hot water heater. Then I needed a receipt. Then I go to the store near me. They said, no, I had to go to the place where the contractor got it from. So I go there. Then I see the thing say red coat, red vest or something. I said, what is that, red vest? They say, we hire people. This is 12 to 2. Hell, it was 10 after 12. When you're at it, and it's low. That's what it was.
Right on time.
It was like, shit, I'm right on time. 12:10. I need to supplement this Social Security.
That's right. Yeah. Come on, baby.
I said, well, what about what's that right there, the red vest? She said, well, that's, you walk in. You got time, you want to interview? Hell yeah. Who I talking to? I don't know if you're an addict of the back kind. When you think about some shit, you got to do it right now. Yeah. I smoke like that. You know what I mean? So right there, I think, goddamn, it's 12:10. I'm right there. Who I got to talk to? What I got to do?
Okay.
Let me talk to her right now. They hired me on the spot. And then we talk about a thief at 4 years. They hired me as a cashier. Part-time. Now, when you're an ex-prostitute, and you used to get paid, when you get the first check, you know, part-time, they'll give you $15. The check was $77.82.
Oh my God, no. Oh, Jesus.
15 hours, I done drove to the job, all them different shifts.
Come on.
Oh,
I cried, I ain't gonna be fucking. I told you I'm an old hoe, and I was mad as a motherfucker. Then you had COVID going on, and then the young people wasn't coming to work. I'm part-time. The supervisor telling the people, she got a dilemma. I said, what's the dilemma? They call no call, no show. I said, what the fuck is that? I've been working since I was 11. I'm a Florida Negro. I don't know nothing about not working, goddamn. I need money. So she says, that's when them young people, Kevin, they call out 30 minutes before the shift. I said, listen here, supervisor, I got something for you. She said, what's that? I said, when they call you, you call me. I'm the no call, no show waiting list. Representative. When they call you, you call me. I'll be here in 20 minutes. So from my house to that store, I was Johnny on the spot. That goddamn $70-something check started to be $2,000. Added to the pot, I was well on my way. Yeah. Until I got, training. I was getting all kind of buttons and cashier and money.
Picture on the wall.
My big ass picture was on the wall. Cashier and money. I was doing surveys. The manager happy. All kinds of surveys they talk about. And we got the gift. We got the gift of gab. This is how you live in. That's Angie. That's Angie. Yes, sir. It's good to see you. I'm like, listen. So you do like cashier the money. I'm like, listen. What happened was like, so if people start coming with the real deal, so I was like, hey, they don't think senior citizens need to work. Okay, I see. Okay, they don't think senior citizens need to work. So you need to survey all 10s for Rodger, keep me in the store, keep me on the payroll, all that. They loved it. Yeah. Until I got creative, grandma showed up, bought a toilet. The contractor who was going to put grandma's toilet in wasn't with her. Oh, Jesus. The son and the grandson who sit on the toilet wasn't with her. Jesus. And the code was you call on the intercom and the people would come and the loader would come and put it in the people's car. Give him a couple of dollar tips. Man. But that was his last day. He wasn't responding to the code. Yeah. Goddamn cashier of mine. Yeah. Grandma. I can't go out like this, Grandma. Me and Grandma gonna lift the tall. I ain't never lifted no tall. Spiritual awakening. But I had to train it then. It's to knees and I saw the video. I'm gonna say this, I got 5 minutes. So what happened was like, when you got like Saturday and Sunday off, that was like a vacation. 2 days in a row together. My whole left side was fucked up. Fucked up. Me and Grandma listened to all that. So long story short was 8 months, they tried not to give me the workman's comp. They were just being real greasy with me. I don't do greasy.
Not the employee of the month.
You're right, not the employee, cashier of the month. So long story short, I'm gonna say this. I had to go to the people. Yeah. Get that representative to get that thing. Yeah. So we have to stay away from money. Property prestige up there. So when I got them boys together, them attorneys, put that pressure on them. 40,000 didn't seem like it was enough for my whole left side.
Not for the cashier.
Well, then not for the cashier of the month. But 100,000 sound real good. Yeah. I know that. Now you give a ghetto man $100,000. The professional kept 20. Yeah. I ran through that $80,000. I gotta go back to work. I'll be real honest. Yeah. It don't feel good to stand here and tell you the mess I made of my life. But let me tell you the spiritual way, because I'm gonna say this and shut up.
Let me show you.
God still meets me at the level of my need. I could easy pass to over here to Cape Atlantic area, be of service, and still tell y'all the truth. I ain't used it. 37 years alive and clean, radiant health, the greatest gift is we have each other. And we do ourselves a disservice when we come in there perpetrating and immolating. Let's be free. You know, the broader base, the higher point of freedom, we love on each other here. If you're struggling, let somebody know you hurting. I mean, I got a phone now that I pay the bill every third of the month. Don't come asking for it in the payment before the third.
Okay.
Because I'm king baby on the third. Pay my bills to the next third.
Yeah, come on, bro.
We live a good life in our membership. We carry the message. We don't carry the addict. That an addict, any addict, can stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. Yes, we're a vision of hope. I love you guys. I love my friends for asking me to be of service, and I'm going to keep coming back. Thank you.